is now just 4 days away from the first round on Thursday night. The Patriots at this moment hold the third overall pick. Elliott Wolf spoke on Thursday about what the team might do with that selection.
We're open to anything, moving up, moving down. We're open for business in the first round and in every round. We have some holes we feel like we need to fill in the draft, and we're a draft and develop team. The more picks we have, the better.
Whether you stay at 3 or move somewhere, do you feel like quarterback has to be a pick?
No.
How comfortable would you be taking one of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks with that third pick?
I think we'd be comfortable with it. Yeah.
All right, we got Bert Breer from Sports Illustrated, Greg Bedard from the Boston Sports Journal. How likely is a trade down, Bert, at this hour? What are you hearing?
I think it's pretty unlikely. I think the teams that are looking to move up, I think, are the Giants, the Vikings. They have interest specifically in Drake Maye. The Giants do. So I think Drake Maye is going to go third overall. I'm just not sure they're going to be able to move the needle enough for the Patriots to go all the way up to 3. I think the Vikings are a little bit more like, we can make it work with McCarthy. We can make it work with Penix. So my guess would be the Patriots stick, and it's probably Drake Maye at number 3.
Greg, what do you think?
I also agree. I think it's highly unlikely that they trade down. I mean, you just can't account for one of these teams that just has a lot of pressure from ownership to get the right quarterback, that sort of thing, where they just blow you away. So I don't think you can completely rule it out. But if I'm Elliott Wolf, the only way I'm moving down is if I already have it worked up how I'm getting back up to get J.J. McCarthy. Like, I'm not just moving down. And because they have to get a quarterback. They have to get a quarterback that can come in and play. And I don't think you can just do that.
I can also tell you on good authority, the Cardinals do not plan on moving the 4th pick until they are on the clock. And so that materially means that you're not going to be able to guarantee that you're going to be able to get back up to 4. And if somebody else has a chance to get back up to 4, then you can't guarantee yourself before you're on the clock that you're going to wind up with McCarthy, which really complicates it.
Okay, so Drake Maye or Jaden Daniels, do the Patriots love both of those guys?
I think Jaden Daniels is the pick. If he falls to them, I think Jaden Daniels is the pick, no question.
Okay, but Drake Maye isn't, so they're not all in on Drake Maye.
I think there's more of a consensus. There's a massive consensus that Caleb Williams is the number one quarterback in this draft. I think there's almost as strong a consensus that Jaden Daniels is number 2, just based on the tape. Now, whether or not you want to build the sort of offense that's going to be for Jaden Daniels, that's a bigger question. But just as far as who the second best player is, the second best quarterback is, it's Jaden Daniels, and I think the Patriots would take him if they had a chance.
When I was at the league meeting, I mean, I was blown away by the support. It was unanimous that Jaden Daniels was the number 2 guy from the guys that I talked to and I trust on the quarterback. But, I do think, I really think it's a 2A, 2B type situation with those 2 players. And I do think that the Patriots are comfortable no matter which one falls to them.
Okay, then why are they taking calls?
Because you want to have.
You're not going to be stupid.
Yeah, you want.
No. Okay,
it doesn't
hold on. If they're about to draft the next franchise quarterback, and they're thinking of trading him, that's stupid. That's stupid. Trading a franchise quarterback is stupid.
Taking calls is not thinking about trading.
All these guys.
Hold on. If you're not going to do anything, why take the call?
Because all these guys are very process-oriented.
Again, Greg, you want it both ways. It's okay not to be 1,000% committed. No one knows. It's all right. It's not like you have the first overall pick and Peyton Manning sitting there. You're getting the 3rd guy, and opinions are split. So it's okay. I just find like this, the Patriots want to have it both ways, and I feel like a lot of the media is letting them have it both ways. No. This is the guy. We're fully committed to this guy. But you want to make an offer. No. It's okay. It's okay to have some disagreement and be not. It's the 3rd guy.
There's disagreement. I think that there's healthy debate in the room, but that's what you signed up for. When you involved so many guys in the process, that's what it is. It's very different from the way that they did it under Bill Belichick. And anybody and Greg, you know this, the Packers have 1 million people in their draft room. Mm-hmm. And the way Ron Wolf and Ted Thompson would do it over the years is they would take in everybody's opinion, and then one guy's got the trigger. That's the way that they're doing it now. So obviously there's going to be disagreement in there because
I'm just saying Chicago's not taking calls on their pick. Okay, you're taking calls on yours because it's a lesser player or it's a lesser known commodity, and can we admit that? Like, for God's sakes. Well, they're like, no, they're fully committed in this guy. But if you want to give us a call, again, that's
I don't
fantasy
understand
land.
why you have to make it this way and pit us against. Like, I'm just saying, they're listening. You'd be stupid not to listen. What if the Vikings get absurdly crazy, offer the 2 firsts, next year's first, and Justin Jefferson? What? They shouldn't consider it?
If they think Drake Maye's Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, no, they shouldn't consider it. No, they shouldn't. Chicago's not considering it. So, no.
What if you can get that haul and then perhaps J.J. McCarthy, or if you really like Penix,
so again,
like later.
That means you're okay with them. You
can't
think
be
they're
both
gonna
ways?
Be good. No, you can't be 1,000%.
We're talking about
committed on a
listening,
guy
Mike, listening.
and still taking calls.
I just think I think these guys, and look, I think these guys are so process oriented.
Fantasyland.
They want to have all the information in front of them, and that means every offer in front of them. Washington, to some degree, has been doing this too, where it's like, okay, like, well, we're going to listen to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it doesn't mean they're going to move the pick. In fact, Adam Peters came out and more or less said they won't. But most of these guys like to have all the information in front of them. That means opening the door for trade
Okay,
offers.
is there still disagreement inside the building? Let's listen to Elliot Wolf.
We haven't had that final conversation yet, but I do think there's a general idea of how we feel about these players. I'm the only person that wants a player, and everybody else in the building doesn't want a player. I'm not crazy. Like, we're gonna try to do what's right.
No, the dictatorship is over. He's now doing internet shows with Pat McAfee, so we got that. And I don't think the disagreement necessarily is a bad thing or some sort of controversial thing. It's what happens when you get 9 scouts and coaches in a room. They don't see things the same way. I mean, that's all fine. That's all fine by me. Ben Volen, I thought, wrote some interesting things today in the Globe. I want your opinion. He thinks that the whole quarterback conversation, maybe league-wide, is overheated. That people think quarterback could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now Arizona not trading would, put a fly in that ointment, but he's not even sure it goes 1, 2, 3 at quarterback. He says there's a realistic scenario where the third quarterback doesn't go until number 5. And the next one, being McCarthy, goes somewhere around the 10th pick. He said that. He also wrote that I think the Patriots would be much more comfortable taking McCarthy at 9 while adding extra draft capital than they would be taking May or McCarthy at number 3. Address those first 2 things first.
I'd be surprised if quarterbacks don't go 1, 2, 3. I can't see a scenario where McCarthy slides. The scenario I can see where McCarthy slides is where Minnesota calls Arizona's bluff and says you don't have any more offers. I think the Giants are hotter on May than they are McCarthy. And then if you start to look between 6 and 11, there may not be a team that takes McCarthy. So I could see a scenario where McCarthy slides to 11. I don't see a scenario where it's not quarterback 1, 2, 3.
So his premise was Chicago's looking to make a real big splash. So Chicago takes Williams and they trade up
for Marvin Harrison.
9 to 3 to get Marvin Harrison, and now they come home with the draft with Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison.
I don't know if Ben has access to the draft pick order, but Chicago only has 4 picks. Going up from 9 to 3 would be pretty unrealistic.
You have to use future picks.
Yeah.
He also wrote, Greg, that the Vikings want May more than the Patriots do. He said if the Patriots were truly sold on May, they wouldn't consider trading the number 3 pick, which is so true. It's so obvious.
Felger penned this column?
It's so obvious. But that aside, the Vikings want May more than the Patriots do. True or false?
I think that's false. I do think the Vikings really like May, but I think the Patriots really, really like May as well.
Okay, but they're still going to take calls on him.
They're going to take, yes.
I'm sorry
their
to
phone
keep going
is
back
going
on
to
that.
answer.
I'm sorry to
They
keep
are
going
going to
back on
pick
that.
up
Okay.
and listen and say, what do you have to say? Yes, they're going to do that.
I will say this is a dangerous.
horror.
It would be a very dangerous game to play, to get cute. If you do love the guy and you're going to take him 3rd overall, to go all the way down to 9, knowing the Vikings really like him, and making it easier for the Vikings to come up and jump you.
Yeah,
That'd be a very dangerous game to play. That's wild.
Let me tell you what makes it easy. You draft Michael Penix. And then you can drop to 9, you can drop a little lower and still know that he's going to be there, and you might get the best passer to boot.